Hi folks, so me again. I am back. Okay, I was on very recently talking about a Lucky Box game. It's a Lucky Box game for Breastmates charity in Newry, who is a local charity who helps women and men who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, the box sales are coming to an end. This is the 14th of April today. This is being posted. You have 2 days left. The box sales will finish 6 p.m. on Thursday the 16th. That's Thursday the 16th at 6 p.m. Just a reminder, the boxes are only £1 each. We have loads of prizes, folks. We have a £150 voucher from Lisburn Photography Studio. We've got beauty products, we've got beauty vouchers, we've got shopping vouchers from Little's. We have loads and loads of prizes. If you are still interested in buying a box, please message me. My name is above this post. And as I say, you have got 6 p.m. on the 16th to buy a box. Don't worry about how you're going to pay and all. We will sort that out when you contact me. So this is your final shout out. Hopefully, I will be back on Friday to give you the confirmed draw date. But that will be next week. But I will confirm the day. So once again, folks, this is your last chance to buy your boxes for the Lucky Box game, which all proceeds are going to Breastmates in Newry. Thank you. And you better do as you're told. Do what he says, because see if you don't, he'll get that bake off you. Well, good evening, everybody. Now, I'm just about aware here. There is a massive delay on Facebook. I think it's actually caught up a wee bit because I'm just checking on the tablet here. So just bear with me. And I'm coughing already. Oh, so good evening, everybody, to the Chatter House. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Everybody, I hope everything's working. Do you know something? I'm going to do something that I haven't done for a while. Good evening, good evening. We'll dance the whole night through. Good evening to you. Paint the lark around a packet of crisps. Evening. We'll dance the whole night through. Good evening to you. Right, now. Anybody in the comments, you know the rules. As Lillian would say, no looking, no jigging, no kicking, no peeking. You must say hello. The rules of the Chatterhouse says if you do not comment, I will not mention your name in the roll call. You're in the background and will remain. But if you want to be for me to say hello, please say hello in the comments. Right. Before I actually do the roll call tonight, regarding that video there about the Lucky Box game for breastmates in Uri, I can confirm now that the draw is going to be next Tuesday night. So the draw is going to be next Tuesday night. So it is. I don't know if it's going to be me or not. I think Madame Lafarge is nabbing her bacon. I think she's doing it with someone else as well. And that's all I'm saying. So just officially, next Tuesday night will be the draw. Now, there's going to be a bit of a change next Tuesday night for 1 week only. Because there's a lot of people have bought boxes who are not members of the group. I will get to the comments in a minute, folks, okay? We will be live in the Chatterhouse. We will also be live on my profile. And we will also be live on YouTube. So we're not in the privacy just of the group next Tuesday night. We will be also live. Oh, it's going to be great crack. We're also going to be live on my Facebook profile as well. So just to let you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube first for we change to see who's into the door there before we begin. Right. Well, our Sam Davison was over there, but I think he's over here now. Our Sam says, hello, Stuart. Our Killian is in. Hello, our Killian. Nice to see you. And our Andy, our AJ Walker Music is in. Our Andy is in. And our Ricky is in. Nice to see you, Ricky. Says, see, you got the clock fixed. Don't even go there, Ricky. Don't even go there because these lights don't flash, and I'm not happy. I don't like it. And they're yellow. They match the wall. Don't like it. So they'll only be there temporarily. So let's go over to Facebook now and see who is in the chatter of the house. Here we go. Let's go back to the very beginning. So straight through the door was our Michelle McGrogan, Miss Chatterhouse herself. Nice to see our Michelle. Sarah Smith, one of our new members, is through the door. Sarah, you're very, very welcome. Anybody who doesn't know who Sarah is, Sarah migrated over from TikTok, one of Auntie Young's followers. Sarah, you're very, very welcome to the Chatterhouse. Our Matthew McKinley's in. Hello, everyone. And he's got wee ghosties up as well. Johnny Cahoon's in. My nephew's in. He says, hello, all. Lee Ludlow is in. From somewhere over the rainbow. Lee says, well, will this give me the willies? You never know. Sam says, hello, Stuart. Hello, Sam. Lee, yes, I'm going to do that in a wee minute. Lee's saying something there to Sam, but I'll address that in a moment. Sam's saying hello to Lee. Kai Ferguson says, hello, all in the background again for now, but ready to have my next skirt off me with Yazar. I'm going to tell you what way this is going to be done tonight, folks. Sam saying thank you to Lee, which I'm going to address in a minute. Johnny Green says to Carrie, at least you're wearing some. Our Tracy Wee said, nice to see our Tracy dear. Rihanna Simpson said, nice to see you, Rihanna. And her umbrella. Maria, you've got to see her. Hi, Stuart Cahoon and Lee Love. Nancy Robinson Smith is in. Nice to see you, Nancy. What's it all about? What's Alfie? Right, so Maria's talking to Tracy. Lee's saying hello to Maria. Maria's saying hello to Lee. They're all chittering among each other. Brianna's saying good evening. Lee's saying hi, Tracy. Emma Dockery is in our Amazon. Nice to see you, Emma. David Simpson's in. Nice to see you, David. And Sam saying hello to Sarah. Lee says, I don't know what all the fuss is about today, as the buses were running fine in Lisburn and no blockades. You know what they're like? Because they're all talking, no action there. Maria says, hello, my dear friend. And Tracy says, hey. AJ says, hey, Daddy Bear. He's doing all right, AJ. He's up at the airport. Right. David Thompson is in also on YouTube. Right. Again, you're not on tonight. Okay. So tonight, as you see by the title, we haven't did one of these in a way. So I have broke this into two halves. So basically what we're going to do, the first half, we are going to look about a case, and this case is a haunting case from a very long time ago. And then we are going to look on the second half, random spooky videos which scare the shit clean out of you there. And there's actually one in particular. I have to tell you this very quickly because this happened the last time. I was up during the night and I couldn't sleep. So I was having to look through these videos and stuff, trying to get videos and all for tonight. I'm sitting in a trance. I'm sitting in a trance with the headphones on. And the door was open just a wee bit, and I'm sitting like as concentrating on the videos. Fucking Lee walks in. You've never seen anybody jump out of the seat and all your eyes and you're shit. Oh, scared the life out of me there. And you kicked yourself. So, right, so let's get. I want to get my notes. I've always got notes. So I'm going to give you a wee bit of background what we're going to do first of all. Right. And this is not boring, by the way. Hope not, anyway. So let me take you back. Here we're going back in time. Back in time. Let me take you back to 1977. I was 6-year-old. No, she's not in. Sam, she's not in yet. She might be in yet. I'm going to take it back to 1977. I was 6-year-old, and there's an address over in London. It's actually not London, it's Enfield. Is that London? I think it's near London. Or they'll confirm, right? And it's 284 Green Street in Enfield, right? Now, there was a mother, 2 daughters. I think there was 2 sons as well. They had been living there for a while. Everything was fine. And then one night, basically, shit hit the fan. Now, there was a film made on the basis of this, which was The Conjuring 2. It was The Conjuring 2. The Conjuring 2, The Enfield Haunting. So let me take you back. Now, this video is only about 20 minutes long. It's not long. And I'll be in the back. I'll be at the side. And let's look to see exactly what happens. By the way, folks, just have to let you know, and I have to do this now, even though, these are films and all. I have to give you trigger warnings just in case anybody gets frightened, anybody sees anything to do with violence or anything like that there. I have to say all this now. So I just want to let you know. Nancy Robinson Smith says, I remember that. Nancy, I couldn't believe it when I'd heard about it myself, but basically when I started researching it and I shit myself. But you think this is bad? Wait till the videos afterwards, and that's all I'm going to say. So let's go back to 1977 and hear exactly what happened. Right. Okay. Again, I'm going to go really, really small because I am aware a lot of people watch these on their phones now. So I'm going to go teeny weeny. So I'll go like this. We'll see. Where is it? I'll go like this first. Ricky says, no way. Andy says, Lillian on a bad hair day is enough to shit yourself. I'll give you nightmares. Lovely. Right, here we go. So there's me. There's me in the forest. There's me in the forest. So here we go. The Enfield Poltergeist. By the way, if anybody doesn't know what poltergeist means, the definition is noisy ghost.
The Conjuring 2 is a horror movie that describes itself as being inspired by the real-life events of the Enfield poltergeist haunting. Although a lot of the film was fictionalized to make an entertaining movie, it is impressive how hard they tried to make certain scenes look like the actual footage recorded in the 70s. The casting, set design and cinematography really do make certain scenes look like the real thing. Of course, in real life there weren't crosses turning upside down, weird apparitions and people being pinned to the ceiling, but this interesting mix of fact and fiction made me want to examine the true events that inspired the movie. This is the true story of the Enfield poltergeist. It began in 1977 when 4 children reported to their mother, Peggy Hodgson, that they had heard strange shuffling sounds in their bedroom and saw objects moving about on their own. Of course, the mother did not believe these stories until one night. The children heard the shuffling sound again in their room. It was like heavy feet walking around on the floor. The mother came into the room because the children were screaming and crying, and she witnessed with her own eyes a chest of drawers sliding across the floor when nobody was near it. When she tried to push it back, it would not move. It was as if it was being held by an invisible force. This was when she knew that something was wrong and told the children to go downstairs. Frightened and unable to explain what was happening, Peggy Hodgson called the police, who conducted a thorough search and investigation of the property. The officers heard the banging, and one officer witnessed something unexplainable, an armchair moving of its own accord, which she described in this interview.
It came off the floor, or nearly a ½ inch I should say, and I saw it slide off to the right, about 3.5 to 4 feet before it came to rest. I checked to see whether or not it could possibly have slid along the floor. I placed a marble on the floor to see whether or not the marble would go in the same direction as the chair did, and it didn't roll at all. I checked for wires under the cushion of the chair, and I could find no explanation at all.
The officers concluded that whilst there was something highly unusual happening in the house, it was not criminal in nature, and so they couldn't do anything about it. Unable to provide a solution for the family, the Hodgsons were left alone in a house with an entity that was slowly getting more and more active. The activity mostly focused on the 2 daughters, Margaret and Janet. 11-year-old Janet was the main target for these attacks, but it was thought that the entity was strongest when the family was together as a group, as if it was feeding off their collective energies. In desperation, the mother contacted the papers, and as it was a slow news day, journalists from the Mirror and the Daily Mail turned up to report the story. Although skeptical at first, reporters left the house terrified by the strange goings-on. In an interview with the BBC, photographer Graham Morris tells about his experience of seeing objects fly about the room as if thrown by an invisible force.
We've been told that it all seemed to happen around the younger daughter, Janet. She was the epicenter of the whole thing, and was right the way through. And I thought, right, okay, well, give me 2 minutes to get ready. And I popped in next door and waited. And then when they came in one at a time. And then as Janet came through the door, just bang, just things took off. And
what do you mean?
Flew. Well, little bits and pieces, really, but it didn't matter anything. It doesn't matter how small it was. It was the fact that something had just flown across the room.
You actually saw things?
Yes. We
flying across the room, Graham?
Yeah, we stood in that room. I got hit by a Lego brick, one of the kids' toys, just above my eye, which was in itself not much, but it was a fair bit of force. It left a mark there for a few days. And everyone that was stood there just saw these things with amazement. Just couldn't believe what was happening.
Suspecting a prank, he stood in one corner of the room so that he could keep a close eye on the family members.
impossible that anybody was propelling them, anybody was throwing them.
Yes, yeah, impossible. I mean, I was looking around, I was watching the kids. Obviously, they were waking up by this stage. They were standing there. They were petrified. They were so frightened. They were standing either with their hands over their faces. They were standing with their fingers in their mouths. There were adults in the background, but they were just the same. I remember the Mirror reporter, who was the other side of the room. He was stood there with his hands in his pockets watching. No, I mean, I looked around to see as much as I could while I was working to see where these things were coming from. But no, I really don't believe that anyone was doing it.
Despite Graham Morris's best efforts, the flying objects were too small and moving too quickly to be photographed. In an effort to get more concrete evidence, reporters set up a time-lapse camera in the children's bedroom. This was a remotely activated camera that a photographer could operate from another room. If he heard any strange noises coming from the bedroom, he would activate the camera and it would take a number of pictures in quick succession. By this point, Peggy Hodgson was so terrified of the entity that she was making the whole family sleep in the same room. The activity was becoming increasingly violent, with heavy furniture being thrown across the room, girls being dragged out of bed, and unexplainable knocking sounds coming from the walls. On a number of occasions, the cameras captured some very disturbing images.
Look at that. Look at that. They actually say that poltergeists do target young girls when they enter puberty, when they're 12, 13, 14, when they become teenagers. And this is classic of usually what happens. And Sam actually just said there, 30 East Drive Pontefract is another one, and it's a good story too. I'll maybe look at that one, Sam. I have heard of it. Tracy says, what's with the ads? I don't see any ads. But anyway, folks, sorry this is breaking up a wee bit. It's a very, very old video because obviously this happened a long time ago. So if you just bear with it, but could you imagine walking into your room and seeing that? Oh my God.
They appeared to show the girls being thrown into the air, as if an entity was pulling them up and out of bed, throwing them across the room. The attacks on the girls were becoming more and more aggressive. At one point, the curtain from a window next to Janet's bed wrapped itself around her neck and began to strangle her. The family were then contacted by the Society for Psychical Research, who sent 2 paranormal investigators named Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair. The investigators informed the family that they were dealing with a poltergeist and set up equipment to try and capture more evidence. Maurice communicated with the knocking sounds. He would ask a question and it would knock once for no and twice for yes. He recorded these sessions with a tape recorder and got some very clear and intelligent responses.
Knock 1 for no and 2 for yes. Are you a male spirit? 1 for no and 2 for yes. That's 2. You are a male spirit. Did you used to live in this house? You did. Was it more than 50 years ago? Yes. Did you die in this house? Did you pass on? You did pass on in this house. Now, why are you here? Are you unhappy? You're not unhappy. But why are you here? Is it because you want to give us a special message? No. You don't want to give us a special message. Are you having a game with me? Oh, right.
Oh, crumbs.
As I asked the question, are you having a game with me? It's through the cardboard box and the pillow right at my face. Well, thank you very much. That was a very good answer.
After a week of these communications, the haunting took on a sinister turn, and Janet started to produce a deep and guttural barking noise.
We got a doggy here.
Morris suspected that the girls were being possessed by the entity. He urged the poltergeist to try and say his name, and soon the barking noises started to form themselves into words.
I want you to call out my name. My complete name. Morris Gross. See if you can do that. Very good. Let me hear you say my name again. Come on, let me hear you say my name. Come on, my name's Morris. Let me hear you say it. Morris.
Before long, Janet was regularly communicating with the investigators in a deep man's voice. The voice was bad-tempered and foul-mouthed, very different from Janet's own personality.
Okay, folks. Hiya, Tim. Nice to see our Tim's just come in. Says evening to everybody in the chatter house. I just want to say something here, folks. You know, as I say, these people who are doing these investigations, these are not like whatever. These are proper scientists. You know, these are parapsychologists and stuff. You know, so you know they're not. This is all legitimate. You know, obviously the equipment that they use in those days are completely different to what they have now. There's no AI in those days. There was nothing like that. You know, it's just unbelievable. So the girl started off barking, and then gradually the voice changed to words. It's just unbelievable. Rihanna says she's loving this. Okay, let's carry on.
Multiple voices started to come through, each one calling itself by a different name.
How many voices are there?
Dirty Dick, Andrew Garner, and Stuart Certain.
Dirty Dick, Andrew Gardner, and Stuart.
Certain.
And what do you think these are? Are they people or are they just voices?
Could be spirits, I don't know.
I believe it's a
Ghosts
form
or
of the
something.
spirit speaking for us somehow.
It is unclear whether or not there really were multiple spirits in the property. It could well have been a single entity, making different voices and giving various names to trick and confuse the family. One voice in particular came through more strongly than the others, and eventually it gave its name as Bill Wilkins. Naturally, people were skeptical of these voices, as people thought the girls had trained their vocal cords to fake the noises. A special microphone placed against Janet's throat showed that she was not using her vocal cords, but a part of the larynx called the false vocal fold to make the sound. Although it is possible for a person to use the false vocal fold to disguise their voice, most people can only speak this way for a few minutes before permanently damaging their vocal cords. Janet Hodgson was talking in this voice for up to 3 hours at a time with no discomfort, a feat which the investigators concluded was impossible. As an experiment, Morris filled Janet's mouth with water, then placed tape over her mouth. The voice of Bill Wilkins came through loud and clear. When the voice had stopped talking, the tape was removed and Janet spat out a mouthful of water. The most chilling recording was made one night when Morris...
Sorry to stop, I was just about to make that clear. So basically what they did was they were taping the girl's mouth up, because that's what that child was going through as well, you know, because she was still a child, technically, you know. And also, they made her drink a mouthful of water. And even with a mouthful of water, his voice still came out. Ricky says that's mental. Well, that's very true. What Tim said? What was that? Yeah. David's over there now. Yes, David, that was The Conjuring 2, David. Yep. So let's hear what this recording's like. How
Morris was attempting to get more information from the voice. He asked Bill Wilkins how he had died, and he got this response.
2 years before I died, I went blind. Then I had an hemorrhage and I fell asleep and I died in a chair in the corner downstairs.
At the time of recording, neither the family nor the investigators knew what to make of these claims. It was only when the BBC aired a documentary about the haunting and played this recording that a man named Terry Wilkins contacted the family to tell them that his father, Bill, had lived and died in the house now owned by the Hodgsons. Bill Wilkins had been found dead in an armchair in the corner of the room. He fell asleep after suffering a hemorrhage, exactly as the voice had said.
So that was the spirit's son contacted and said that that was his father and described exactly what the young girl said through Bill Wilkins's, or whatever you call him's voice. Oh my God. I hear Lillian haunts the bingo every day.
Whether or not this was really the spirit of Bill Wilkins is not certain. The fact that it first vocalized with animal noises suggests that this was actually a demonic entity. It is quite common for demons to impersonate the spirits of real people in order to gain people's confidence. The more people communicated with the poltergeist, the stronger it seemed to get. It seemed to feed off their attention. Soon it was becoming extremely dangerous. Janet would regularly go into a trance-like state where she would become very violent and harm herself and others. And this got so bad that doctors would have to inject her with tranquilizers every day. Janet was taken into psychiatric care and tested by professionals for any kind of mental problems, but was given a clean bill of health. On 2 separate occasions, people walking past the house witnessed Janet levitating in the upstairs bedroom window. On one of these occasions, she was thrown so violently against the glass that the witness was terrified that she would break through it. The fireplace in the children's bedroom was mysteriously wrenched from the wall and thrown across the room. This cast iron piece of equipment is far too heavy for a grown man to lift on his own, let alone a child. The entity was becoming frighteningly powerful. The haunting continued for just under 2 years. Then, just as suddenly as it had started, it was gone. All that was left was hours of audio tapes, hundreds of photographs, and a lifetime of nightmares. The evidence has been endlessly debated and analysed. Some people still insist that the whole thing was one elaborate prank played by mischievous children looking for attention. Were they really able to fool journalists, police, and paranormal investigators for nearly 2 years? The Conjuring 2 is just the latest in a long line of horror movies and TV shows inspired by the Enfield haunting. My personal favourite is a show made by the BBC in 1992 called Ghost Watch. This mockumentary was made a full 10 years before Most Haunted was aired, but it predicts modern ghost hunting TV shows with amazing accuracy. It starts out as a corny TV show. Skeptical and energetic presenters are making jokes, but slowly it becomes more and more sinister and frightening. The show uses subliminal and psychological tricks to mess with the audience. When it first aired, it was so believable that it caused a minor panic, similar to the War of the Worlds incident. I remember going to school the day after it was aired, and my teacher had to stand in front of the class and tell everybody to calm down because the show was not real. All the kids in the class were so scared by it. It was a piece of horror that was way ahead of its time, and its Enfield poltergeist inspirations are very clear. If you ever get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. So what do you think about the Enfield case? Is this really evidence of poltergeist activity, or merely an elaborate hoax? Leave a comment to let me know what you think.
Okay, folks, so that's basically it. Okay, where I get myself back up here again. Right, now, there's a couple of things I want to say here, right? Tim's just asked, did he miss much? So basically, Tim, it started off as a few things started moving about, just very, very gradually, and the girls' mothers. There was two girls and two boys, but in fact, the girls more so. And the girl's mother basically thought it was them messing about, but gradually it progressed and progressed and got worse. Things started getting thrown about, things started getting moving. Then the lady, the mother, actually witnessed it herself. And then that's when you come in and things progressed and got worse. And all of a sudden, it stopped. It just stopped. What would you do, folks? What would you do? Now, there's just one thing I'm going to mention here. At the end, it mentioned a TV show called Ghostwatch. Now, if anybody's on YouTube, I actually did a video about Ghostwatch. It's in the Chatterhouse YouTube channel. And it's a video telling the story about Ghostwatch, and this is a very disturbing story as well. Ghostwatch came out in the 90s. Ghostwatch, as your man said, basically it was on one Halloween night. I'll never forget it. It scared the shit clean out of me, right? And basically it was set, it was supposed to be like live broadcast at this house. Michael Parkinson was in the studio, and everybody thought it was real. Everybody thought it was real, but it was a Halloween prank. Matt says Ghostwatch made me not sleep for 2 weeks. Well, when you hear what actually happened, what actually happened was it turned out that it was, yes, that's right, Matt, Pipes, it was a prank, but it was a prank that went horribly wrong. Because what actually happened, there was two versions of this, but I know the real version. When people rang in, because basically what was happening was, because it was supposed to be a live broadcast, when people were ringing in, they were supposed to be sharing their experience and sharing what they seen as the night progressed, right? And what was supposed to happen was, when people rang in, they were supposed to hear an automated voice on a recorded message saying, "Happy Halloween, this is a prank. We hope this scared you, blah, blah, blah," and whatever, but it didn't. Because what actually happened was the tape stuck. The tape stuck. Now, they did have a handful of operators there who did take a couple of calls, but this tape stuck. Now, the next thing happened as well. There was a young guy. This guy had mental health issues. He was schizophrenic, and he had a few issues and whatever, and believed everything that happened to it. Then one night he was in his house, and something went wrong with the heating in the house, and the pipes started moving in the house. Well, he automatically thought it was the same thing as Ghostwatch, and unfortunately this young man took his life. He took his own life. It's just, and Ghostwatch was never released on DVD. It was never released on video. The BBC just wanted to forget about it. It really needed to go away. It was edited a few hours before it was shown that night. It was edited again because they had to take more bits. So if you want to know more about that, I'm not just trying to publicize the video I did. If you go to the Chatterhouse's YouTube channel, you'll see my reaction to Ghostwatch and the story behind it. Now, they say something different about the phones. They said when people rang up, they were told that it was a hoax, but it wasn't. The tape stuck. So a lot of people still believed that it was true. It did get far-fetched towards the end, and that's when everybody started. So a load of people did realize that it was a hoax, but a lot of people didn't. And unfortunately, it turned out one poor man took his own life. So there you go. That's the story of Ghostwatch. I'm good, aren't I? Right, okay. So let's go to one extreme to another. So that was more of a story. That was more. Oh, by the way, just before I forget, 284 Green Street in Enfield is still there to this day. The family who live in it report till this day that there is no longer any activity. So there you go. Right. This is where it gets good now. So what I have done or did, right? I can never get that right. I have compiled the way I did the last time that I did nights like this, some videos. Now, these are supposed to be footage of cameras people have taken themselves to show different experiences, different whatever, or whatever. So let's have a look together at some, I'm very handsy tonight, at some of these videos. Now, I'm just warning you now. Here's another another warning. Some of these are laughable. You probably have a bit of a laugh. But there's a couple, especially in this first compilation. This is a compilation. There's one in particular, and I'm going to pause. Dude, I got Tim the Finger Puppets. I'm going to pause before the one that I near scared the shit clean out of me. I'm going to pause it before that one to warn you. So watch this. I'm getting excited. Here is some supposedly paranormal experiences that people have and have filmed on their cameras. So here we go. I'm going to go small again. Here I go small again. Here we go. With the background, by the way, guys, I thought I was very creative. So here we go. Now, some of these are done on mobile phone, folks, so it might be hard for you to see, but we'll try our best. So here we go.
First video takes us back to May 5th, 2024. This lady's grandson installed a security camera in their bedroom so he could monitor his sick grandmother. This particular night, he took her to her bed and sat her down. Then he leaves the bedroom as she starts falling asleep. He's asleep in another bedroom, and around midnight, he hears some weird noises, but assumes it's nothing and goes back to sleep. Then in the morning, he watched the footage back, and this is what he found.
So there you go. You're putting the lady in the bed, if you just can hear me okay, all right? And he turns the light off. Watch this.
Then, days later, he started hearing strange noises again. He went to investigate and saw nothing, so he went back to bed. When he watched the footage back, this is what he saw. This is one of those videos that'll keep you.
That was a lady he had to basically carry into the bedroom. Carry her basically into bed. Help her into bed. He walked out, she got up and run up the bedroom. Then the second night, this thing just came out and crawled across the floor. That's shit. Hey, look, love, nice to see you. I'd shit myself. Right, here we go. This one, you can't really see. We'll go through it anyway. I can't really see much in this, but we'll go through it anyway.
Up at night. For a little backstory, the original poster is named Brandy. She lives with her husband and daughter in a 2-bedroom apartment. At 2 a.m. lights were flickering. Brandy thought it was her daughter still awake, and that she was the reason for the flickering lights. But it wasn't her. Her daughter was fast asleep. In the morning, Brandy watched the footage back, and wow, it captured what looks like a ghostly figure. The camera even detects it as a human and focuses on it. Truly concerning. This video on the...
I don't know if you've seen that or not, folks, but when the door opened, there was a wee head poked around the door. I don't know if you've seen it or not there. What do we say if I can put it back a wee bit? Hold on. Yeah, let's see. Let's go back.
Flickering lights, but it wasn't her. Her daughter was fast asleep. In
See
the
if I can
morning,
pause
Brandy
it.
watched the footage back, and wow, it captured what looks like a ghostly figure. The camera even detects it as a human and focuses on it. Truly concerning.
You see it? You see it just at the door? Just at the door. There's a little head just pokes around the corner there. If you can just see it, it just paused right. The wee head just comes around the corner. I collapse. Luke says he's a big believer. Evan says that's me pissing my knickers. Lovely.
This video, on the 29th of April, around
Yes,
midday,
Luke. Yes,
the man
yes.
in the video, Dustin, ordered DoorDash. It was taking a long time to arrive.
Wait,
and he
says, look at that. This man heard something outside, went to have a wee juke out the window. I'm trying to pause this so you can see it. You know, juked out the window, and that's what's standing outside his house. That was standing outside his house. Oh my God, I'd kick. I would kick. I would kick. You put me in the hospital. Hang on.
hearing strange noises from outside. Assuming this might be his DoorDash driver, he looked outside and saw this figure.
Come on. Oh my God.
He immediately ran away, as he was freaked out by whatever this thing is. Then it starts knocking on his door, so he locked himself in his bathroom. He explains there's no one in the house with him. He's alone.
Sorry, I have to pause it. Mama Gummy says, Mama Gummy says it looks like something from Grace Gardens. Cullion says he looks familiar from Lord. I was. And I know there's no mean, but that folks, there's illustrious flats in Graham Gardens in Lisburn, and they're a bit notorious for a bit of trouble. And that's what it is. That's for our Tim's benefit. and our looks. Tracy says she'd be away. I shit myself. Tim says it's not scary. Sam locked himself in the toilet. Luke says Michelle O'Neill has taken up the nunnery. A cake. It's okay. It's banging the door.
This creepy video went viral and left people with many unanswered questions. It's 2:45 a.m. and a night drive just like any other. Until it wasn't. A man is suddenly seen in the road, so the driver slows down in panic. He isn't sure what's going on. Shortly after, a weird, creepy-looking figure emerges in the road.
So there's the man. Do you hear that? Let's see if I can pause it again.
Not only are the sounds frightening, but the way this thing moves is incredibly unnatural.
What is that? Like, what is that? It's no shape to it. It's no body to it. What is it? Isn't that weird? Nobody, look, they say, I like it here in a minute. They're saying something about it's a skinwalker, and I'll explain what a skinwalker is in a minute. But that's what they think it might be. Nobody knows. So I'll play on here.
Is this a skinwalker? What the hell is this thing? This next...
Right, okay, before we carry on, a skinwalker, it's hard to explain, can be a demon or an entity that can change its shape into anything. Can change its shape into an animal, can she change its shape into human? That's what a skinwalker. It's very old. It's an old thing. Nancy says my granny used to say, "The living will do you more harm than the dead." That's correct, Nancy. Tim for Life says, "Looks like again after I leave it alone." Right. So let's look at a musical haunting. This is an interesting one now. So watch this.
Next video is about a haunted guitar. Lots of unexplainable strange things started happening as soon as he bought this strange vintage guitar at a garage sale from an old lady down the street. He's played the guitar many times, and every single time something strange happens. Things falling over, weird sounds in the distance, lights flickering as if it's haunted.
I've never had an issue with ghosts or any weird, unexplainable stuff in my house, but I bought a guitar the other week at a garage sale from this old lady down the street, and every time I pick it up or strum it or play it, really weird shit happens, and I'll show you. It's some Lotus, like very 80s looking guitar, and every time I strum, like that, shit like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Shit like that.
So that's already freaky enough. And if it were me, I would get rid of that guitar fast. This is enough of a warning already. Fast forward to this year. He made an update video about the creepy guitar. He has played the guitar a whole lot more and seems to think it trusts him, yet spooky things are still happening when he plays it.
I've never had an issue with ghosts or any weird, unexplainable...
Haunted guitar from garage sale update. It trusts me now.
Alright.
Still WTF.
What do you think about this? I still think he should rid of it fast. Haunted things cannot be trusted. I don't think there are any exceptions when something is truly haunted. This is one of the creepiest deer encounters I've ever seen. This thing looks exactly like a skinwalker. The original poster heard strange noises and saw movement outside her home. Bear in mind, this was at 3 a.m. She decided to open the front door, and what was there? This creepy-looking thing.
Hello?
AJ, was that one of your grandfather's cows or something there? There's a bit of debate going on here. Somebody said, Carrie says, drop it in for a sec. Did anyone see about the supposed skinwalker down near Lambeggy or two? And Emma says, was that down near Lady Dixon's? I think it was near Albertalgy, of course, can't remember. I must have missed that one, Carrie. So there you go. So they're thinking this might be a skinwalker. I thought it was one of our AJ's grandest cows, but it looks like a goat to me. That's what I said, right? It looks like a goat there. Well, you're not on tonight. AJ says that's Maggie the goat is awful fine with the flowers. Tim says it was like Dot and Benidorm. Right, let's continue. By the way, folks, just going to tell you now, it's the video after this one scared the shit clean out of me, and that's all I'm going to say. So I'm warning you, okay?
Personally, at 3 a.m., I would not be opening my door, especially not to this thing.
Right, I'm pausing this. Right, Tracy says, if I don't sleep the night, Stuart, I blame you. Right, this is the one that freaked me out. This is the one that I was watching when Leon walked through the door and scared the shit out of me at 4 o'clock this morning. So, warning.
Moving on. This one is extremely creepy. Darren, the poster of this video, moved to a new home in late August of 2023. He successfully moved all of his belongings into the new home and sets off to go to sleep in an upstairs bedroom. But suddenly, he hears strange grunting noises coming from the basement. Intrigued and scared, he went to the basement. What he found was a guy standing there, barely moving. He tried to communicate with him, but he didn't respond. He seemed possessed. His eyes were pure white. Then suddenly, the possessed guy started moving.
Ah!
This next
Can I just swear here? What the fuck would you do if you opened the sorry for swearing? What the fuck would you do if you opened the door and see not stand the stairs, running up the stairs? Do you shit yourself? I'd be in the hospital, be putting me in Muckamo or something. Isn't that desperate? I was shocked. Tim says that's Willie back from the TV club. Kelly says that looks like me after a weekend bender. Rihanna's laughing. What was that? Tracy says, what was that the second time? Ah, shit. Emma says I'd probably fall down the stairs to them. What would you do if you were in the house and you opened the frigging door and that was standing there? Do you know what I'd love to know? I'd love to get a follow-up to some of these to see what they actually were. You know, Sam says the veil between us and the spirit world is 3 a.m. Sam, you're actually very, very right. You're very, very true. From midnight to 3, that's when the veil comes down. I just know I know about a bit about this stuff. You know, you're 100%. So let's carry on now. This is somebody who's doing a bit of work. I love these. Doing a bit of work in the house. I didn't like our last one. I scared the shit clean out of it there.
Video is extremely bizarre. This house was built back in 1954, and unfortunately, many people have died in this home since its creation. A guy came over to install Wi-Fi. While doing so, he became startled, hearing the sound of breathing and moaning, as if someone was in the room with him. But he was alone. The whole house was empty.
Listen to breathing.
If you can't hear it, turn your volume up and closely listen. Here's the video with the audio enhanced.
Listen.
A man named Chase, along with his wife.
Right, folks, this is freaky as well. This is freaky. Now, there's a voice in this, but it's your woman. She must have made the video with an AI voice. It's going to shit. She sounds like an alien. But watch the door. Watch the door.
Stay at the wife's grandparents' house. During the night, they are suddenly woken up. Lights flicker, and the sound of doors opening and closing and repeated. They are alone in this house. It's just the two of them. So who or what is doing this?
Me and my wife were staying at her grandpa's house that he recently passed away in.
How you doing? You okay?
I don't know.
We kept hearing the bedroom door trying to open.
So, we were just going to bed and we're not...
Fast forward minutes later, they went to investigate, but they found nothing. Yet the door noises continued. They even got faster, as if something was warning them to get out. Thankfully, they listened.
Watch.
Like, we literally had to put the bag up against the door.
Watch this.
We're not sure.
We weren't going to stay here anymore because it got worse. It was time to go.
And there you go. I tell you, son, I don't care what anybody says. See, if I freaking seen your man standing in them stairs, I'd be away. I would be away. I'd have to get yellow. I'd be away. I couldn't cope with that. So there you go. I tell you what. Did you see that orb go out when he opened the door? Yes, Emma. It's got shit clean out of you. I tell you what. That was officially it. But you know something? Just want to see a couple more? Let's just look at a couple more. This is a different video now. So here's just a couple more. Because I don't want to keep you too long because I know people get bored and stuff. So here is a couple more. If you see someone at your window, sure, it's me. Bring off you, Tim. Right, okay, so here's a couple more.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is
There's our-
Sam. Boy,
There's our Callum. Just we haven't seen him for a while.
got an action-packed episode full of some seriously spooky content. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy stuff. Just like this.
She always says it's haunted because it sounds like somebody is walking around upstairs. I've never heard it until now.
A TikTok video uploaded by user Chawachi has gone viral for its eerie, yet odd twist on a possible paranormal encounter. The account isn't usually associated with ghost footage either, which makes this chilling upload all the more striking. The clip begins with the poster explaining that he's home alone at his girlfriend's house, a place she claims may be haunted. According to her, she often hears footsteps moving around upstairs when no one else is home. On this occasion, it was the first time the poster had ever heard the sound for himself.
I've never heard it until now. I always said it's not haunted because the house is a little old. But it legit sounds like there's somebody upstairs.
The poster approaches the staircase and calls out,
Who's up there?
I haven't seen these ones, by the way.
Receiving no reply, he escalates the challenge.
Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
Lovely. Fuck.
Seconds
You
later,
hear that?
the sound of heavy footsteps thundering down the stairs fills the house. Without hesitation, the man swings a punch into the air, as if trying to knock out an unseen figure.
Ooh!
The comment section lit up with a mix of amazement, amusement, and disbelief. Many viewers applauded the man's decision to stand his ground, rather than running away, as is common in these kinds of encounters. Others admitted the clip gave them chills, noting how real the footsteps sounded as they pounded down the staircase.
Do you hear those footsteps coming down the stairs? Just get the shit clean out of there. He's at the bottom filming
How
it.
do you think you would react in this type of situation? Would you get your swing on or run for the door? Let me know down below.
Go for the commode.
Top of the stairs. Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
And he fell.
TikTok creator Magical Poltergeist has been documenting unsettling activity inside his home for months, and his videos have viewers convinced that something sinister may be lurking within the walls. This first clip begins innocently enough, showing the couple engaged in a heated phone call, apparently arguing about housework. But mid-conversation, something startling happens.
Stuff laying on the floor too. Oh, what the
The bedroom door suddenly slams shut with force.
stuff laying on the floor too. Oh, what the what the the door just closed in our bedroom.
Startled, the woman rushes over to open it, but as she does, a container falls off the shelf, crashing to the floor.
Look, the container, look.
Baby, it's not opening. What the baby?
The comment section was quick to light up with speculation. Several viewers suggested this could be the work of a poltergeist, a type of spirit often associated with disruptive physical activity. Others noted that poltergeists are said to draw energy from heightened emotions, such as anger, fear, or stress, making the couple's argument a potential trigger. In paranormal lore, poltergeists are notorious for manipulating the environment, slamming doors, moving objects, and creating disturbances. Many believers argue that emotional energy, particularly from conflict, can feed these entities, making the activity more intense. If true, the timing of the door slamming and the container falling while the woman was upset adds to the case for this theory.
Baby, it's not opening. What
In this next video, captured on a security camera in the living room, we see the woman waking suddenly from a nap.
Sounds healthy.
On the phone, she can be heard complaining about a strong smell of rotten eggs in the house.
Baby, what took you so long to answer? Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten eggs. Like, it literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. The house smells disgusting.
Moments later, this happens.
What the fuck, baby? The lights are flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the
She farted, Tim says.
baby?
The lights begin to flicker and a crucifix hanging on the wall turns upside down on its own. For many viewers, this was one of the clearest signs of possible demonic activity. One commenter joked that the family should call Ed and Lorraine Warren, while another noted that the sulfuric, eggy smell is often associated with the presence of demons in folklore.
Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten eggs. Like, it literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. The house smells disgusting.
In this more recent clip, the poster is seen pottering around in the kitchen. As the camera records, a doll begins to move by itself.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
If you watch closely, you can actually see a dark shadowy shape pass near the doll, disappearing into the corner of the room.
Right there, yeah.
A short time later, something seems to spook the man and he leaves the room. The camera, however, continues recording and captures what may be the same shadow figure, or perhaps another, moving about the space.
There's only about 5 minutes left in this, folks, so might as well just
left
play it.
viewers unsettled, with many expressing concern for the safety of the poster. One viewer telling him that you need to get out of that house.
A kick.
In a fourth video, the camera catches a light switch moving on its own.
Too much.
How the f is that turning on? Is a light switch really flickering?
These things are really with us like this right now.
As the couple watch in fear, their attention is suddenly drawn to an umbrella that appears to have been thrown across the floor by an unseen force.
Wait a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ, what was that, baby? What was that? Hold on, baby, hold on. Wait a minute.
Tracy, you left. Tracy, you left.
Baby, hold on, wait a minute.
That's shit.
Hold on, wait a minute.
When the poster examines the area where the umbrella came from, another switch next to the door begins to flick up and down by itself.
Baby, I'm so done with this.
What was that? What was...
Oh,
Baby, come on. Hey, wait a minute.
no,
Wait a
this
minute.
is just getting
Wait a minute.
ridiculous.
Wait a minute.
Leave us alone.
Hey, is...
The pair return to the original room only to see the first light switch still moving. The woman notes how cold the room feels, further unsettling viewers.
It's so
Hey,
cold in here, too.
whoever's in
Dude,
Whoever's in here, stop the switching.
go away.
Stop the switching.
Get out of our house.
Stop.
Baby, I'm going in the bedroom.
This video sparked a wave of concerned comments. Some suggested that the pair should cleanse the house with sage or salt, while others urged them to seek a priest for spiritual advice. Many are urging the couple to take the activity seriously before it escalates further.
Here, but this is really
Wait a minute, baby. How the is that like? Wait a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ! What was that, baby? What was that?
For those curious, you can see more of Magical Poltergeist's videos directly on TikTok. There's a link to their account in the description box below.
Oh, God. Oh. Not sitting in the house, not going past you.
A chilling clip uploaded to TikTok by user nightmarefuel__ has stirred debate after showing what appears to be a ghostly figure peering from the window of an abandoned building.
Let's see if I can pause this. Let's see it.
A According to the uploader, the video was allegedly captured somewhere in China by a man who lives across from the derelict structure. One afternoon, he noticed something unusual, a pale figure leaning against one of the windows, gazing silently.
Look at that. Look at that chicken out the window. What? He's not desperate.
Silently down onto the street below. The figure's appearance struck the man as odd, with clothing and features that seemed out of place, more reminiscent of someone from the pre-industrial era than modern times.
A cake.
The eerie footage quickly went viral, with viewers split over whether it showed something paranormal. One
Tracy, there's about a 30-second delay on Facebook from where I am at the minute, just to let you know, love, they are really, really slow tonight. Sam says demons smell like rotten flesh. Tracy says a wave. Yeah, they are really slow tonight, they are.
Commenter in particular suggested the video wasn't filmed in China at all, but in Taiwan, and that the supposed ghost was in fact a mannequin once used for a department store display that had been stored in the building.
I don't like
ambiguity of the footage combined with...
Sorry to stop this again. I don't like mannequins either. There's something about mannequins I don't like either. Kai Ferguson says that BOA, leave and burn the house down. Bye!
Conflicting claims about its origin has only fueled the intrigue. Whether it's a genuine supernatural sighting, a clever setup, or simply a mannequin mistaken for something more sinister, the video has captured the imagination of thousands.
Tim says, can we all stay together tonight and half date?
In a recent US congressional hearing, several military veterans came forward to share chilling encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. One of the more striking testimonies was given by Air Force veteran Dylan Borland, who described witnessing a massive otherworldly craft in 2012 near Langley Air Force Base.
As
I read that out in a wee
walking
minute, Johnny.
towards the light, towards the flight line and the track, the light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light.
According to Borland, the object was triangular and approximately 100 feet in size.
I can't tell you if it's active camouflage, I can't tell you if it appeared around the light, but I can tell you that it was a white light and then it was a triangle.
He claimed the craft appeared to be made of a dark metallic material, painted black, and that its surface seemed fluid or dynamic, not rigid. Around the top was what he described as a gold plasma. The craft reportedly ascended to the altitude of a commercial jet in just seconds, all without making noise. Borland also stated that after speaking out, he experienced reprisals, including being blacklisted, subject to intelligence investigations, and difficulty getting work. He said such pressure is used to enforce secrecy.
I think today there's still an issue, but because people are able to come before you and people are speaking out, I think it has been somewhat less. I would hope, though, that people would, because if this goes back into closed doors, this is going to get really ugly.
By the way, I just wanted to read a couple of these. Tim, Sam says you can go and stay with him. Right. Johnny Cahoon says, Stuart, do you remember my Aunt Jackie's old house that was haunted in Drumard? Someone got thrown down the stairs, and someone used to sit at the end of his cousin's bed. I do remember that now that you mentioned that. And things used to move in the house as well. Kai says that's terrifying. Tim says, Stuart, you can be the lookout while we're all sleeping. Kai says, Johnny, see the moving and stuff I can handle, but throwing down the stairs, there's no chance. Nope.
Alongside Borland, Navy Senior Chief Petty Officer Alexandro Wiggins and others testified to seeing objects and phenomena that, in their words, did not conform to any known aircraft or drone. These sightings featured strange flight behaviors and characteristics not matching conventional aircraft. The term plasma suggests that Borland believed the craft was surrounded by or somehow composed of ionized glowing gas, similar to what is seen in phenomena like auroras or man-made plasma arcs. If accurate, this would imply high-energy states. Something is ionizing air or another medium around the craft, generating light or glowing effects. Metallic, rigid aircraft don't generally behave in fluid, dynamic ways or produce plasma in those forms under normal atmospheric flight. This could mean that either the observed behavior was misinterpreted or it hints at propulsion, materials or energy systems beyond what is publicly known. Government agencies such as NASA and the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office have so far maintained that no credible evidence has emerged proving extraterrestrial life or objects that violate known laws of physics. These claims by veterans like Borland and Wiggins are being taken more seriously, but remain unverified in a way that satisfies scientific consensus. Increased pressure is arising for more transparency and legal protections for whistleblowers, so that people who have seen or experienced UAPs can speak without fear of retaliation. If any part of these testimonies can be corroborated, video, radar, physical traces, etc., it could force a re-examination of what we consider feasible in aerial technology or in understanding UAP phenomena. The plasma UFO description, especially fluid, metallic appearance, glowing plasma and silent operations, provides a vivid new detail in the ongoing UAP dialogue and could help guide what to look for in future investigations. Whether these accounts will lead to definitive proof or remain intriguing mysteries depends on whether supporting data comes to light and whether institutions are willing to treat those data seriously. A strange video uploaded to TikTok by paranormal_tops has left viewers unsettled, with many wondering if the footage might capture an encounter with something otherworldly.
Just before we carry on, Sam says, I can see your comments, Tim. I only use my toilet 3 times a night. The rest of the time is yours. Kelly says about that spaceship, where can I hop on for a ride? I'm done with this world and most people. Sam says they can come too. That was about Luke and Right, this is the last one, folks. This is the last wee one here. Carrie says the house I grew up in was haunted out the back. We used to hear hooves and wheels trundling down the back. That was a shared access way, like for the bins and coal delivery. Dad said that used to be the route that milk used to be delivered on the horse-drawn carts. So here we go. Here's the last one of the night. So let's watch this.
Footage from 2 different security cameras shows a man standing on a quiet street. At first glance, it seems ordinary. He's gesturing and speaking as though engaged in conversation with someone. But upon reviewing the security recordings, the man realized something chilling. No one else is visible on the footage. According to the man, he was approached by a stranger who asked him, "Excuse me, where is the pine forest?" He insists he clearly saw and spoke to the person, yet the cameras captured only him on the street, talking and waving into empty space. The unsettling clip sparked debate among TikTok viewers, with one commenter pointing out, just where he stops and starts waving, a kind of vapor trail passes in the background.
Yes, thank you.
Stories of people claiming to see or speak with figures that don't appear on film are a recurring theme in paranormal lore. Some believe spirits can manipulate perception, appearing only to certain individuals. Whether it was a supernatural encounter or something else entirely, this video has left thousands scratching their heads. So what do you think? Did this man really speak to a ghostly stranger, or is there another explanation for the eerie footage? Let me know your take in the comments section below.
And there you go. So there you go, folks. Looks like a white plastic bag. Yes, it did, but I thought he wasn't going to turn around and say that it was there, because he started off saying there was absolutely nothing there, and then all of a sudden they said there was something. Tim says, after drinking these videos, I'm drinking more spirits. Right, so there you go, folks. These nights are always popular, and I know by the numbers that are in, most of you have actually stayed in tonight. So thank you so much. What I am going to do, I'm going to do another one of these in the future, but what I would like to do some night is to do a night more concentrating, looking at UFOs, and and that's one thing I want to look at. And another thing I want to look at as well is the stories behind Bigfoot, or the Yeti, sorry. I'd like to look at those as well. I might incorporate the UFO and the Yeti into one night, because they're sort of not the same thing, but I might bring them together. So that could come in the future, but I definitely will do another one of these nights. Do you know something? It's absolutely fascinating, this, isn't it? As people would say, do a night on Skinwalkers, yeah. David says, can't wait for it, yeah. Do it's amazing how many times I've seen this, and we've did this, and everybody seems to love it. Matt McGillney says, I listened to a podcast called Sasquatch Chronicles. That's another name for Bigfoot and the Yeti as well. I never forget, I'll say this before I go, one night, it was years and years ago, there used to be a TV program, our Tim might remember it. Some of the other ones might remember it, was Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. And there was a footage in the middle of the forest, and this Yeti just walks right across the screen, with its strides are longer than everybody else's, and its height is about nearly 8 foot tall. Do you remember Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World, Tim? It was absolutely amazing program. It was about, I think it was the early 80s. Absolutely brilliant. Loved Arthur C. Clarke, Tim says, yeah. So watch this space. We'll do more of these. Okay, folks, so before we go, don't forget, next Tuesday night will be our Breastmates draw. So, well, and Nessie is a fascinating one too, Carrie says. So there's quite a lot to cover. So leave it with me, and I'll see what I can do. Okay, folks, good night. Thanks very much for joining me. And I hope you all sleep well. And by the way, I'm on my own tonight too. So whoever's on their own, it's not just I'm on my own. Right, again, see us next Tuesday night for our Breastmates Lucky Box draw. And it's not me that's doing it. There's 2 people doing it. And that's all I'm saying. Tim says, Nancy, it's not me, by the way. Oh, no, dear. Carrie says, good night. Well, listen, folks, thanks very much for joining me tonight. Nice to see a good crowd in the night. And it's nice to see everybody, most people stayed in tonight. So you all take care. Good night. Good night, everyone. And thank you for your ongoing support. Night-night.